got some really disturbing news in the Chicago Blackhawks organization, Mario. Now, before I continue, I just want to mention that these are just accusations. We don't know the full details, and if we do get more details on the story, we will let you guys know. We will make an update video about that. But an unidentified former Chicago Blackhawks player, who, by the way, was on the Stanley Cup title team in 2010, he is filing a lawsuit against a team after a then assistant coach, whose name was Bradley Aldrich, sexually assaulted him on that team, and the team did nothing about it, apparently. Um, in the lawsuit, the unidentified player refers to himself as John Doe, so he wishes to remain anonymous. And it also says that Aldrich assaulted him, and the former player is suing and is seeking more than $150,000 in damages. Um, he actually told a now retired employee about it, but again, like I mentioned, the team did nothing about it. And Bradley Aldrich, Mario, has a history with this stuff. He was convicted in 2013 in Michigan on fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct involving a student from Michigan, and is now on that state's registry of sex offenders, which is pretty crazy, Mario. Um, and this was reported in a series of stories based on legal filings, police records, and interviews. And that was revealed by the Chicago public radio station called WBEZ. And inaction by the Blackhawks enabled Aldrich to go on and insult the Michigan student and possibly others, who was said by Susan Logans, who is the former player's attorney. And Logans goes on to say, and I quote, "This entire man's life has been destroyed. These professional athletes have to function at the top of their game at all times in order to be competitive, and these things are really debilitating." Um, and yeah, Mara, this is just some crazy stuff. I really don't know what to say. And according to TSN, two Blackhawks players told then skills coach Paul Vincent in May 2010 the inappropriate behavior by Aldrich. And this is what he had to say about it. He said, that, quote, I feel a weight has been lifted off of me. I will stand up in court and say what happened. I know what the team did to cover this up, and coming forward was the right thing to do." So he knew about this, but again, like the unidentified player said, the team itself didn't really do anything about it. So this is some pretty crazy stuff going on, Mario. But again, before I pass on to you, Mario, I want to mention that these are accusations. So again, we still don't really know what really happened and whatnot. So I figured I'd point that out. But with that being said, this article was written by the Associated Press. So I'll let you start off first, Mario. What do you think of this whole situation?
I mean, Nate, it's a very, very disturbing and sketchy situation, and I mean, this guy has a very negative history too, so that doesn't help his case neither. And that doesn't mean, again, these things actually happen. Okay, it's accusations, so we're not quite sure. Okay, but he's got a lot of people, again, between the two players and the skills coach who was alerted by it. I mean, it's not looking good for him. Now there are, I believe his attorney did say something, Nate. It is somewhere in this article. As of now, I can't find it right now. But his attorney, basically, it's in the article. But he said, basically, the attorney said that these are false allegations, and that that there was like groundless evidence. I'm not sure exactly what's true or what not and what's not. But all I know is whoever this guy is that is being accused. I mean, it's again, if this actually what happened, then shame on you. Okay, I mean, this is absolutely disturbing and unnecessary and is wrong. Simple as that. It's disgusting as well. Okay, the whole point of you being a at the time video coach is to help the team win a Stanley Cup. It's not for you to. This is a pretty disturbing information. I don't think you said this though. So, but I'll say it in an 8-page suit. It says that Aldridge, then a video coach for the Blackhawks, turned on porn and began to masturbate in front of the players without his consent. And Aldridge also threatened to physically, financially, and emotionally hurt the player if he did not engage in sexual activity with him. So see, that's just disturbing, disgusting, and messed up, and it's absolutely disgraceful. Simple as that. I don't understand again. If this is true, Nate. This is absolutely horrible. Simple as that, okay? And again, he has a history. He faces other allegations of unwanted sexual contact, including when he worked with Miami University after leaving the Blackhawks. So if this is true, if all this stuff is true, not only did he do it in Chicago, He continued to do it after Chicago in Miami.
And he goes to Michigan, and now he's a registered sex offender in Michigan.
Exactly. Look, Nate, these are absolutely messed up, you know? And again, this person, the person who has made the allegations, they are unknown. They're John Doe right now, so we don't know who that person is. But overall, whoever that is, if this did happen to you, I apologize that it did happen to you. If not, then again, false allegations are horrible, Nate. But I'm not sure if this is false or not. Most likely, this is pointing in the direction of this is true. But again, we don't know. Again, if we do have an update on this, we will let you know. But this is absolutely disturbing to hear, Nate. It really is. This is absolutely this is I only have any words for it, Nate, to be honest with you. And the fact that I believe his name was Paul Vincent. The fact that Paul Vincent actually told news outlets, and he told the team executives, including the team president and the general manager, and his request to send it to the police was rejected. That's absolutely careless handling of it. If all this is true, and they rejected bringing that to the police, shame on them. At the end of the day, stuff like that should not happen. At the end of the day, I'm being real, Nate. It shouldn't happen, and it's sad. It really is sad, and it makes you wonder exactly like this. Even though this has been leaked, and I'm glad that it has been. There's still other teams going through this. There's probably other teams in other colleges or other sports or whatever it is, probably going through similar stuff that have not been leaked like this is. And it's an absolute, and this is stuff that people got to be aware of. If I said it in the the Murphy video that we recently did, I said, if you hear something, report it immediately. If not, you're being negligent. Okay. If you hear something, and we talked about this many a times where we hear there's situations that go on and the front office decides not to report it. And that's absolutely disgusting. Like, remember when we talked about similar cases with it, I can't remember, we definitely have them on YouTube, but like there's been cases where there was an assistant coach showering with a child, and he was reported about it and he didn't handle it well. The Christian Dawkins situation with Murphy. Again, he ended up telling Rasmussen, who worked for the front office, and he didn't report it. He waited until the FBI got involved. Stop waiting. If you hear about this, report it. Okay? There's certain times, in my opinion, Nate, where I'm going to be real, it's time to snitch. In situations like these, it is time to snitch. Okay? Because this is a person who is basically, they're being threatened. Their job is being threatened if they don't engage in sexual activity. They're witnessing it and they're telling you about it. Like, hey, look, this is happening. Do something. Is this the type of people you want in your organization? No, it's not. So say something. It absolutely disgusts me, Nate. It absolutely angers me. Not only the fact that this stuff is going on, but the fact that it's not being reported. If this is true, if these allegations are true, Nate, because again, they're allegations as of now, and we don't have like an actual conviction. All we know is a bunch of people coming out and saying this. If this is true, then absolutely shame on the Blackhawks and shame on Aldrich. It's absolutely disgusting, Nate. But with that being said, I hope that they do end up finding out what happened. I hope that they come to a conclusion in this, and again, I hope that they can figure out exactly what happened in this situation. I hope that they can get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, so can I, Mario. I hate hearing stuff like this. And unfortunately, this is something that happens very, very commonly in NCAA. This very, very rarely, if not ever, happens on the professional level.
But that's the thing. I'm glad you said that, because we don't know.
Exactly, right.
Those are colleges. You don't think like these, I'm not saying these teams, like, I'm not saying like NHL teams are doing this and NHL teams are doing that, but it really gets you wondering, like, hey,
how many more teams are doing this?
What other teams are doing these types of things?
And you know what? When I look at this, honestly, Mario, I would not be surprised if he actually did it, because again, he has a history with it. He's a registered sex offender in one state, then he goes off and does it in another state and gets charged with it. And long before that, now he's being accused of doing something in a different state before those two things happen. So, quite frankly, Mario, I wouldn't be surprised if he did do it. Now, again, that's
Sure.
not me jumping to conclusions. Again, it's still an allegation, so we don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, honestly, Mario, I look at this whole situation, man, and you know what? Let me just go up real quick. All right. I'm trying to find the guy that Paul Vincent, that's his name. Honestly, man, I'm glad he actually listened and tried to report it. But you know what, Mario? If this is really true, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some guys that worked in the front office for the Blackhawks at the time that are retired. I'm not sure if some work in the NHL still. I'm not sure if they still work for the Blackhawks or whatever. But if that's the case, those guys should be getting in trouble too. I'm going to be real with you. They should be getting in trouble. And unfortunately, the Blackhawks organization is probably going to have to suffer from it too. Because if all of this comes out as true, not only does Aldridge go to jail, which is definitely going to happen. That's definitely going to happen because this isn't this. If he does get pleaded guilty, either way, whether if it was his first offense or not, he's going to jail. Anybody that rejected to do anything about it should also get into some trouble. And the Blackhawks, I'm going to be honest with you, even though the Blackhawks are different, or maybe different now. Again, it's just questioning, whether or not the stuff is going on or not. But I think the Blackhawks are going to get hit with a fine and maybe even a penalty by the NHL too, if this all comes out to be true. That's what I think is going to happen, and that's what I think should happen. I get this was 11 years into the future, but come on now. First of all, the fact that this happened 11 years ago and no one said anything about it. Well, now it's being said about it, but there was nothing done about it. I think the Blackhawks should get hit with something serious. They should get draft picks removed. They should get a huge fine on them. That's what I think should happen. And these guys that didn't want to do anything about it, they should probably spend some time in damn jail too. I'm gonna be real with you. If this really happened and you didn't do anything about it, you just ruined someone's life. Congratulations, you want a cookie? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? We're grown ass men. Grow the hell up. This shouldn't be happening, but it is. But again, these are allegations, so we don't know what's going on yet. But honestly, Mario, it's such a bizarre yet disturbing situation. So if we do have an update on this, we will let you guys know. We'll definitely keep close eyes on this one. So with that being said, I hope this can all get cleared out because this is just some absolutely disgusting stuff, Mario. I hate to hear stuff like this. So I do hope we can get more answers, and I do hope we can get more information on this and see what happens in the future.